Gamer.
Hey, what is up guys? Rob the Untitled Gamer here, and I want to take the time to talk about turn-based RPGs. More specifically, when was the last time we had a good turn-based RPG? For consoles anyway. Obviously during the 90s, this was a genre at the height of its popularity within gaming and the RPG genre itself, but nowadays they could almost be considered a dying breed. Obviously the PS1 and PS2 era paved way for this style of RPG in a big way, giving us some of the best games the genre has to offer, which has all but stopped now. One of the only ones that I can think of from the last gen was Mistwalker's phenomenal Lost Odyssey, which really shone not just as an amazing game, but as a credit to the genre, harkening back to its classic predecessors of the 90s. But of course, how could it not have been an awesome success, having of course been made by the company that was started by Hironobu Sakaguchi, the father of the once great Final Fantasy series. A series that is probably best known for its turn-based battle system, among other things, and of course is recognised as being one of the pioneers of the genre. I think now the genre has started to evolve, and more often than not we're getting these turn-based battle hybrids that are trying to be more action-orientated. Perhaps in an attempt to cater to a more mainstream audience who demand quick and punchy combat and action. Even this style has probably been led by another popular RPG series, Bandai Namco's Tales of series, whose influence you can definitely see in games like Level 5's Ni no Kuni and even the newer Final Fantasy games. Mainly, this is a style of gameplay that is fresh out of Japan, with many of our Western RPGs, such as the Elder Scrolls series and Fable, having full-on action-based combat that, again, we are definitely seeing the influence of in games such as Dark Souls and Dragon's Dogma. Games that aren't immediately identified as JRPGs, but are made by Japanese developers, From Software and Capcom respectively. Strangely though, we are also seeing some of these influences in reverse in our modern Western RPGs. Ubisoft's Child of Light, although not a very popular nor well-known game, adopted a turn-based battle system in tribute to the classic Japanese games that influenced it. Even the brilliant Divinity Original Sin for the PC, which was funded by Kickstarter, aside from being praised for its classic PC RPG style, very reminiscent of games like Baldur's Gate and the original Fallout games, had a turn-based combat system. The genre as a whole isn't completely dead. I mean, to say that would be stupid. Obviously it's being kept alive on our beloved handheld systems, with games like Bravely Default and Pokemon for the 3DS pioneering the genre today. And again, indie games and Kickstarter are still holding up the genre, with not only Divinity, but games like the Banner Saga and Wasteland, and even to an extent, games made on RPG Maker. But sadly, it only seems to be aimed at niche audiences. But is this maybe because no big or mainstream publishers want to cater these games to consoles? Or maybe has the audience and genre moved on, and it's just us die-hard fans left wanting more out of a genre and a style of gameplay we love? Who knows? But I for one would love to see more turn-based RPGs hit the mainstream and the consoles. I suppose time will tell, and we'll see what the rest of this current console generation brings. Anyway guys, I've been Rob the Untitled Gamer, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.